Get ready to kill your boredom.
The bite-sized show that covers one topic in depth each episode. More than just a podcast.
It's more than just a way.
It's the Spinks Way. And here's your host, Anthony Spinks Jr.
Welcome, everyone, to the premiere episode of the SpinksWayPodcast. I am your host, Anthony Spinks Jr. Just like what it says on the teaser of the show, topics will be discussed in depth each episode. We will be talking about anything and everything under the sun and make the show more than just a podcast. Before I move forward, I would like to first and foremost thank our Almighty Father, our Almighty God, who gave me enough strength to embark on a new journey on this path that I'm walking on right now. And without His guidance, I would not have done this podcast alone, all by myself. Secondly, I would like to thank my cousin, Jan Vincent Roman, from Toronto, Canada, who always believed in my talents and supported me every step of the way. Finally, to my better half, Sheena, you are truly the inspiration on why I made this podcast possible. We have been talking about this in the past. It seemed impossible, but guess what? Here we are. And this premiere episode, this one's for you, Senora Spinks. And so since we got that list out of the way, I would like to talk a bit about me. Podcasting was not really my forte. I've had jobs before, day jobs, 2 or maybe 3 at the same time in a day. The good ones, the bad ones, the downright fucking ugly ones. I've worked with people from all walks of life, from a simple man like me to top honchos, even celebrities, to them downright fucking assholes. Name it, I've had them all. It came to a point in my life where I asked myself, where am I headed? Where am I going with this? And whatever I did, it doesn't seem to get me anywhere. Doesn't seem to take me to the promised land. Doesn't seem to, fulfill the dreams that I dreamt of since I was a kid. And so, what I did, I took some time off from working those day jobs. I had to rest, reset myself, did some soul searching, recharged my spirit. I even connected with people that I don't know who introduced me to get close to God, to have a close relationship with God. And that close relationship with God, I kept that with me up until this very moment as I speak to you, as I create this podcast. However, these people who asked me to share the faith that they have slowly turned their backs on me, slowly erased me from their vocabulary as instructed by a self-proclaimed prophet. This asshole, this self-proclaimed prophet, you know him. He owns a radio station that roams around the metro on a quote unquote waste bus. And while I was sharing the faith that they have, this self proclaimed prophet, while I was starting on a journey via my YouTube channel, I was trying to create contents on my YouTube channel. However, this asshole, when he found out that I was creating YouTube contents, he instructed some asshole just like him that works for YouTube. He is located somewhere in Australia. He told that person to monitor my YouTube channel and take down the contents that I created and put a copyright claim tag on those videos. And when I found out about the act that they are doing, I got pissed off. I went ballistic on them. And in turn, when he found out that I was pissed off on what they did, this asshole issued a public apology addressed to me. I'm sorry, Dr. Clark. People know you. People know who you are. People know the radio station that I'm talking about. People know about your waste bus. So you and your alter ego, YouTube artificial intelligence, I know that you and that artificial intelligence is one and the same. You know what? You did not stop me from chasing what I want in life. I can get what I want in life without you. I have God on my side. It doesn't matter if it takes time for me to achieve those goals. I can do it without you. I can do it without you. But I can assure you this. Those dreams that I'm chasing, I cannot do it without God. So get off of me. Do your thing. I'll do mine. Whew. That was a bit of a rant right there, ladies and gentlemen of the Spinks Nation. We'll be taking a little bit of a breather right here. I will be playing a song by Sinead O'Connor. This is a little bit of tribute, my tribute to this late, great, wonderful person in Sinead O'Connor. This song was from her second album back in 1990. That album's title was I Do Not Want What I Haven't Got. And that song was written by Prince and was originally used for his side project back in 1985. So here it is, Nothing Compares to You by Sinead O'Connor. Let's listen to it. Rest in peace, Sinead.
It's been 7 hours and 15 days since you took your love away. I go out every night and sleep all day since you took your love away. Since you've been gone, I can do whatever I want. I can see whomever I choose. I can eat my dinner in a fancy restaurant, but nothing, I said nothing can take away this blues. So lonely without you here, like a bird without a song. Nothing can stop these lonely tears from falling. Tell me, baby, where did I go wrong? Put my arms around every boy I see. They only remind me of you. I went to the doctor and guess what he told me? Guess what he told me? He said, girl, you better try to have fun no matter what you do. But he's a fool, 'cause nothing compares to you. All the flowers that you planted, mama, in the backyard, all died when you went away. I know that living with your baby was sometimes hard, but I'm willing to give it another try. Nothing compares to you. Nothing compares to you. Nothing compares to you.
I am back, Spinks Nation. So you just heard Nothing Compares to You by the late great Sinead O'Connor as a part of her second album back in 1990. Before we continue, I have something here on my desk that was handed out to me while the song was playing, and I want to give way for these important announcements. There will be a huge jobs fair on the 10th of August, 2023, 8 a.m., and will be held at the Charlie O. Cojuangco Multi-Purpose Arena, Pura Tarlac. And so, for those of you job seekers who are eager to land their dream job, here is your chance, here is your opportunity to catch the big fish. Employers are going to be there from, I believe, the private sector. Some BPO companies are going to be there. I believe some headhunters are also going to be there. And some government agencies will also be there on that huge jobs fair. They're going to be looking into acquiring potential candidates that will be a part of their respective companies, that will be a part of their respective agencies. So, for you job seekers out there, do not miss this chance on grabbing hold of that dream jobs that you wanted. Once again, it's going to be held at the Charlie O. Cojuangco Multi-Purpose Arena on the 10th of August, 2023, 8 a.m. Also, there will be the 2023 Outstanding Youth Awards. This will also be held at the Charlie O. Cojuangco Multi-Purpose Arena, Pura Tarlac, on the 11th of August, 2023, 5 p.m. This awarding ceremony will give honors to the youth of Pura Tarlac who have been achievers in their respective fields, representatives of the youth of Pura Tarlac who have set a great example amongst their generation. So, to the nominees, congratulations in advance. Keep up the good work. And so, going back to the discussion, as I was talking about my journey earlier before this podcast of mine even existed, I have mentioned that way back, me and my fiance were talking about my plans of coming up with a podcast of my own. One night we were talking on the phone, and I asked my fiance on how would I perform as a podcaster, on how would I sound if I'd be a podcaster. And doubts and hesitations from my fiance started to creep in. She was afraid that the things that happened before, when I had those day jobs, she was afraid that the instances that happened way back would happen again. Because in the past, when I had those jobs, people did not appreciate my talents. People did not appreciate me as a part of the organization. People did not appreciate me as an employee, and more importantly, people did not appreciate me as a person. So I cannot blame my fiance on having those doubts and hesitations on this plan of mine in creating this podcast. However, uh, I convinced my fiance that we should pursue with this plan of mine in creating this podcast. And after about half an hour of convincing my fiance to pursue creating this podcast, the proverbial light bulb lit up above my fiance's head. So we brainstormed, suggestions, ideas were pitched in. She even hinted that we should do the podcast together as a couple. She wanted to be a part of this podcast that I'm planning to create. And so we agreed upon that I should create the apparent podcast. Don't worry, babe. Sooner than later, I'll bring you in as my partner in this SpinksWay podcast. And hopefully by then, we will be having our own podcast studio in God's perfect timing. And since this is the premiere episode of the SpinksWay podcast, I would also like to give way to some shout outs to several people that are excited for this premiere episode of the SpinksWay podcast. So here it is, Spinks Nation. It's the SpinksWay shout out time. And so I want to give a shout out to my cousin, Jan Vincent Roman of Toronto, Canada. Send my regards to grandma. Also send my regards to your wife and the kids. And thank you for everything that you have done for me. Thank you very much for that, bro. I also want to give a shout out to the two-time beauty pageant title holder, Miss Panagyaman 2023 and Miss PYAP 2023, Naomi Colleen Santiago. I also want to give a shout out to my good friend Ed Sisternon from the Public Employment Service Office, Pura Tarlac. Also want to give a shout out to Mayor Freddy Domingo, Vice Mayor John Paul Balmores, and to the entire Sangguniang Bayan officials and staff. Also want to give a shout out to the local government unit of Pura Tarlac and to all department heads and staff. Also, I'd want to give a shout out to Romalyn Pasqua, Darius Nool, ENHS Stingers, and the entire Philippine Cheer Union crew who recently performed at the Marikina Sports Complex for the 2023 Palarong Pambansa. Also want to give a shout out to my brothers in arms, the legendary 90s band Shakal and its vocalist Warren Antig. What's up, bayaw? And finally, I would want to give a shout out to Sir Rovi Bernardino Padilla from the longest running noontime show in Philippine TV history, none other than Eat Bulaga, the original. Happy 44th anniversary, going to their 45th, and hopefully this is the road to your 50 years. Once again, congratulations. And so that's about it for the shout outs for today's episode. I'll be having more of those on my next episode and the succeeding episodes of the SpinksWay podcast. Spinks Nation, I would like you guys to also be a part, be involved in my podcast. You can send in your thoughts about the show. You can send me your suggestions on what you guys want to talk about on my next episode and all other episodes of the SpinksWay podcast. You can send me a direct message on my Facebook account. It's Anthony Spinks Jr. Once again, it's Anthony Spinks Jr. And soon I'll also open my Instagram account for suggestions on what you guys want to talk about on the succeeding episodes. Your suggestions, your thoughts about the show, on how can I improve the show further. Those suggestions will be greatly appreciated. And so, short-lived as it may seem, but that's gonna be it for me today, August 4th, 2023, which is coincidentally the birthday of Barack Obama and the birthday of Louis Satchmo Armstrong, who popularized the song What a Wonderful World, among others. Spinks Nation, don't worry, I'll promise to make it up to you on my next episode and make your Friday nights to never be the same again. And before I go, I would like to share to you guys something for you to ponder upon before you go to bed tonight. It matters not where a man must die, but then he must die at the post of duty and honor. So long, Spinks Nation. Until the next episode, good night. To God be all the glory.
She here for me for what I'm doing, for what I stand for.